Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Uzair, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondi.
That's me.
And the Margarita-fueled Toni O.
Hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, he picked up the language, too.
Yeah. Wow. One week in Mexico, and he's come back a changed man.
Yeah, I made the mistake of starting a couple of conversations that way. And then they go, habla español. I'm like, no. This is where it ends. Please don't keep speaking Spanish. Don't make me feel like an idiot. But, yeah, wonderful.
I mean, you should be used to feeling like an idiot. You've been on this podcast for a while.
Okay. Well,
that's what we do here.
Well done,
Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, you just say no habla inglés, and that's how you end any conversation with a Spaniard or a Mexican.
I sometimes feel like an idiot by starting the conversation in Spanish and then saying I don't understand Spanish. It's like, yeah, but
wait, Tommy, did you just say that you say to them no hablo inglés, which means I don't speak English?
No habla español. Yeah. Tommy. What do you want them to speak to you in then? You know what? That'll end a conversation no matter what. Probably.
Yeah, it'll be like this guy's saying not to speak to me in Spanish, is speaking to me in Spanish, and then is also saying they don't speak English.
Yeah. That's how you know this guy's just crazy. We gotta walk away now.
This is why Tommy does not leave the country.
Mm-hmm. It must suck for Tony though, because I'm sure it was nice and balmy and wherever
beautiful.
he was, and it's like minus 20 outside right now. So
yeah, it was like 27 degrees lowest in Mexico.
Tommy, you're talking about how cold it is outside. Not 5 minutes ago, you were urging us to get this rolling so you could go on a hike. Minus 15 outside, minus 20 outside, and this man is talking about going on hikes.
Hey,
why?
Did you say minus 15 inside?
No, minus.
I said outside.
Okay.
Hey,
okay.
Mike Smith will tell you that if it's not windy, it's fine. You don't feel the cold as much. So it may say minus 20, but when the wind is like 5 kilometers an hour, guys, it's no problem. Your lips won't fall off, Tony. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Happy New Year, by the way.
Yes, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
2022 off to pretty much a flying start in terms of Premier League football. Great set of games this weekend. And chief among them, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 2. Tommy, how do you feel after that game? Because it started off quite poorly for Chelsea. Chalobah forgetting how to actually kick a ball and deciding to head a ball that was around his ankles, which, honestly, I've made that mistake. Lovely to see it be done at the professional level by the best in the game. Really validates my decisions. But how are you feeling?
Well, recovering from a bit of a flu, this game certainly didn't help me at the start. I got your message to say afterwards of the second goal, just head to the gym, and I had my bag packed. I was ready to go.
We do not condone going to the gym when you have
it's
a
a joke.
If you have a flu, stay home.
Yeah, they were closed yesterday probably because anyway, I wouldn't be going regardless. So. I was ready to turn off the game, to be honest, at 2-0. It did not look good for us. We were getting pinned back. Actually, before that, Pulisic did have his chance. I think he blew a couple chances where he tried to round the keeper.
That one where he was one-on-one with the goalie.
I think that's a tough chance. I think that's a tough chance. I think you have to try and round it.
He made it tougher for himself.
I think you got to score there.
What, you think he has to round the keeper?
I don't think he has to round the keeper at all. I mean, he just gave the keeper a chance by doing that, by taking that touch that way, and the keeper guessed right, which he did well, to be fair. And then how do we get back in the game? An absolutely unreal strike from Mateo Kovacic. Like, how
goal.
Technically that's like just perfect.
Yeah. They did some analysis on it. The little hop that he takes because he can't shift his feet to get on his right foot was brilliant. He just hops onto the shot backwards. It's crazy. Like if you look at that from so many different angles, technically, it's a really really good goal. And
Yeah, because he was kind of moving backwards too before he had to do that hop.
yeah.
I mean, before all of that, though, we had one of Tony's least favorite players, Sadio Mane, getting himself into trouble again.
Right.
And I think he's lucky to stay on the field.
It's not one of my. I don't hate Manu, by the way. It's just I
don't know. Every time we've spoken about him, I
say he's a dirty player.
Nothing positive to say
because he's a dirty player. Like he's
Look, you can't blame me for coming to the conclusion that you hate Sadio Mane if you say nothing but negative things about him.
Brilliant footballer, nasty edge. That's it. He's just got a nasty streak to him, and I've noticed it. That's all. You guys are just catching on late. That's all it is.
I'm just saying. You don't. No, Tony. You don't need to hide your hate for Mane on this podcast. Plays for Liverpool. I instantly dislike him from the start. But
so
I
think that should have been a red.
Yeah, he means it. This nonsense that is like he doesn't mean it. Mane means it, 100%. He always does this early on in games. He knows that the worst he's gonna get is a yellow card, so he looks to lay one on someone really quickly. And if you don't book him, he'll lay one on someone again until he gets booked, and then he can time his challenges again. Dirty player. Send him off once, all this nonsense stops. Because now he has to second guess whether he can get away with stuff. Very easy, but will the Premier League referees do it? No, because they're fucking clueless. And, that's just a prelude to my anger.
We will get back to the Premier League referees, don't you worry, Tony.
Uh-huh.
I am so excited for that conversation.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
we had some.
It was a great fight back from Chelsea, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably mention that the Salah goal was pretty filthy from Salah.
Destroys Alonso.
Yeah, he shimmies him, gets him going the other way. There was a great response. The Kovac's goal, of course, and then Pulisic finally making amends for his misses, and a great run. It was a good ball from Conte as well.
Unforgivably bad defending by Van Dijk. Terrible defending. What is he doing? It's like a minute before halftime. The ball's been cleared. He's not switched on. He's in the wrong position, and then he doesn't run back. Like he lets Pulisic have the shot as if he's saying, "You can't score this." It's crazy. Like I don't.
In fairness, he had been watching
him play
the earlier bit of the first half, and maybe thought, this guy's nothing.
Just really bad defending from supposedly. I mean, he has been the best defender in the world. It's just really strange. He's a leader of that team, and in that moment, I don't know. I felt like he let his team down a bit, but
we almost had another opportunity right after that goal. So Havertz gets the ball on the right side, cuts in, gets blocked, and then Mount has a sort of a weaker shot, just go right across the face of the goal there. Oh man, that would have been 3-2 right before half. So it was a great response.
You know what would have helped you score that third goal is if you had one Romelu Lukaku playing.
We're gonna talk about mention old Lukaku.
Let's get in to Big Rom, because I feel like towards the end of his time at Man United, when he was making all this noise and stuff, I started really sour on him. Not as a player, mind you, he's still a phenomenal player, but I really soured on him as sort of like someone you'd want on your team.
Go on, Toni.
So in the end, when he wasn't, when he left, I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
Tommy, please, let's talk. Go over his comments that he made.
Go on, Tommy, because he's been pissed for a while anyway. So I'm looking for
it's funny because at the start of this, when we were doing this podcast at the start of the season, everything was going so swimming for Chelsea. Top of the table for a while there. Lukaku was at least playing and scoring. Team was gelling. I was happy, right? Wasn't I? Every pod was like either Arsenal or Man U doing something stupid. And now we're completely out of the title race. COVID has ravaged our team. We got injuries, everywhere. We're now in a top 4 battle. And then Lukaku, he decides to come up with this interview saying he's not happy with the team. He's not being played in his preferred position. The system's not made for him. We didn't take a Champions League winning team and mold it to Lukaku, and now he's hoping for to make amends with his Inter fans or something like that. Who, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he force his way out of there? Didn't he stop going to training? Am I wrong about that?
I think
At Inter?
Inter fans are not happy.
Yeah,
with him. He did force a move. And Inter fans are not happy with him.
So what's going on? Like I want to be angry. I'm just trying to think what's going on in this guy's head.
No, please, Tommy.
No,
please
I need
go
you.
ahead and be angry.
No, I need you to explain.
I encourage this.
What's going on in this guy's head that he decides that this is the right move to do? What's the thinking here? I just don't understand it. What's he trying to win?
At Inter, Conte based his entire system around Lukaku, and he's come into Chelsea, and Tuchel, unsurprisingly, hasn't fully, he's got his system in place that won them a Champions League. You obviously adjust to the players you have, but,
I get that,
he's
Uzair,
not fully molded it.
But he's also been injured for a while, and then he had COVID. So it's not like he just got back in the game. He just got back. He eased back in a few games because he wasn't completely fit. So I just don't get why this is coming out now.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna defend Big Rum before I tear him apart again. This interview was done about 2 or 3 weeks ago, before he got back in the team, and I think it was designed to appease the Inter Milan fans more than it was to kind of upset Chelsea. I think he says some stuff that just doesn't make any sense.
Because things always work exactly as they're designed.
Well, a lot of the stuff he says doesn't make any sense. Inter are not going to buy Lukaku, no matter what he says. I don't even think he wants to go back there because they can't afford him. If he really wanted to, he'd have taken half his wages, right? You can do that. But why would he? I just think this guy talks too much. Honestly, Lukaku, I don't think he realizes how much of a disappointment he is. In general in his career. Been following this guy since he was 16. I had to check a couple of days ago to see how many titles he's won since he's moved to the top 5 leagues. He's won 1. That was the Inter Milan title last season. Never won anything else. It's he keeps talking like he's the second coming of Thierry Henry or Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When he was 16, the talk was tremendous potential, physical specimen, needs to work on his touch and his awareness, and his basic ability bringing other players into play. Has that really developed? No.
I was gonna say these are the exact criticisms I had of him when he was at Man United.
13 years later, it's not developed. It's work on your game instead of every single time, every club, Everton, Man United, Inter Milan, because he forced his move to Chelsea, and now he's at Chelsea. He's coming up with some other excuse as to why Lukaku's not as good as Lukaku should be. It's just shut up and play, shut up and train. I don't know. I don't get it. He's not good enough to talk this much, and he seems to think he's this superstar. It's if this doesn't work, where is he going? If
it would
Chelsea
be different
go ahead.
Yeah, go on. No, go on. I was going to say it'd be different if like you said, Tony, if he was already banging in 20 goals, 30 goals a season, if he was on fire, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not. What's happened is he's gotten injured. And I was alluding to this previously. It takes a while for him to get back to full fitness because Lukaku doesn't really pay attention when he's not playing. He doesn't. He's come back. He's reportedly overweight. I'm not surprised because that's what happened at Man United. And he's not the kind of player who can be a little bit...
He leaked the club's sprint time results because people were just oh, he looks a bit unfit. after coming, like he looked a bit unfit at one point in the season, and he leaked the club's like sprint test results to be like, no, I can sprint fast.
Yeah, but that's not
Look
the
at
point.
me.
It's your
Just like
it's your endurance.
no, it's just it's the way he. Yeah, no, it's just the response. I'm just like, this doesn't help your case right now.
Yeah.
So here, and let me ask you this: he's been dropped. Tuchel dropped him, right? Where do we go now? Does he get back, and do they just make amends? He gets back in the squad, everything is forgotten, and then we go on. Like, what are we thinking is going to happen?
I'll be honest.
You have to hope that Lukaku apologized to Tuchel behind closed doors.
I would imagine so.
And is restored to the team.
Yeah,
but I don't like. You can't. Nothing's really going to happen in January because I don't see anyone stumping up the money to buy him from you.
I've got to be honest here. I think he sits down for a while. If you want to maintain club culture, you cannot take him out since
that's exactly what I hope happens, Tony.
Yeah.
Is that you're just like, you know what? Whatever. You can go play with the U23s if you want.
Play him in the FA Cup games. Play him in the
FA Cup games. Don't even
play
play in the FA Cup games. Don't even play him. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know what? What's up with... What is up with us and not being able to freaking get a striker? Like,
honestly,
it's a curse.
This is like genuinely heartwarming story for me. I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. What did I tell you? Signing of the season.
Yeah,
and potentially worst signing of the season as well. I was
gonna say.
Yeah, this is Lukaku.
Hey, you two both predicted that he would be top scorer.
Yep, that's
well.
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
That's crazy from us.
Hey, top scorer in the U23s. Is he eligible to play in there?
I mean, yeah, but okay.
We'll send him there. Anyhow, listen. As much as I want to talk about how much Lukaku is an idiot. But you know what? That game. This was a fun game. 2-2. Both sides deserved a point. And Man City won. So there we go. Let's go to the next game.
I guess an easy transition to go to Man City actually winning. Arsenal 1, City 2. And after handing the baton off to Tommy to talk about Lukaku. Tony, let's talk about the refereeing in this game because my fucking god.
Oh man. Before I go into that, because I feel like I need to warm up. This was probably the best performance Arsenal have put in since we played Atletico Madrid in the Europa League semi-final in Wenger's last season. I think.
Wow.
I really can't remember us playing this well against a top side. Like matching them for intense. We always talk about the Chelsea, Liverpool, City games, the intensity that they're played at physically and technically. And Arsenal have won before with smash and grab performances, but it really felt like this time they came out and they played their own football and they caused Man City a lot of problems. Martinelli, I mean, he would be disappointed not to have scored on a couple of occasions, but the way he progresses the play at times, it's brilliant. Like, there was a point where he roasted Cancelo and Ruben Diaz like twice in the build-up to a chance. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying this Arteta's team right now, Arteta's football, and it's disappointing because what could have been a really special day for us was kind of derailed by some individual errors, but a ridiculous refereeing performance, I think. I think personally the Bernardo Silva incident, I just don't think that's a penalty.
Oh my god, that's
no
absolutely
way.
Ridiculous dive.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can buy that as a pen. I don't care if he's like tugged on his shirt a little bit. Like, he's flying through the air well before that.
Yeah, and you know what's really upsetting about that? Is that the referee sees it and he tells him to get up. He sees the dive, and I just don't know why VAR feel they need to...
When did we stop booking people for diving?
That's exactly what I was thinking in the game. I was like, when did this become... Because there used to be like a mandate that if you drag your feet that way, it just an automatic yellow. And I can't remember the last time a player was booked for diving. It's nuts. And the ref sees it, waves it away, and I'm like, yeah, it's ridiculous. And then all of a sudden, the play stopped. VAR's calling the ref over. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just don't do anything. Like, honestly,
the thing is, I don't like this standard that the Premier League seems to have, where if the ref goes to the monitor to look at something,
automatic.
100% of the time changing his decision.
It's
you
so
can go
weird.
have a look at something and be like, nope, my initial call was right, which it was in this case.
We've had VAR, 3 years now? How are the Premier League referees still this clueless about VAR? I don't get it. Like, oh man. And the moment of course, once I see him jogging over, I'm like, he's giving this. For what? Like, I honestly think if that's any other player but Xhaka, it's not given. I think VAR just move on. And it's ridiculous. And Arsenal, it gets worse because Gabriel is booked after the replay comes up on the screen. And Arsenal players are furious because they're like, what the fuck? How is that a penalty? And it starts a commotion. Gabriel goes over to the ref. He's like, how is that a penalty? And he gets booked. Doesn't say anything crazy. He gets pushed by Cancelo. Doesn't push back. Gabriel's giving a yellow card for nothing. That everyone's saying that's because he kicked the penalty spot. No. I watched the game back. He wasn't booked then. He was booked during that whole scuffle when he did basically nothing but ask, how is that a penalty? It's like, just manage the game, man. Just manage the game. He gives Gabriel a yellow card. Great penalty, okay. Whatever. Like, I never thought Mahrez was going to miss. And straight after, Martinelli misses a sitter. Even that. What is the... Oh, man. Referees making a late run into the box. It's nuts. It's like peak Frank Lampard. Then he remembers, oh shit, I'm in the way. And he gets in Martinelli's way. He has to run around him. He should still score. But then, 20 seconds later, he's decided the game is over by sending off Gabriel. I think Gabriel shouldn't make that challenge. I don't think he has to send him off.
I think the yellow was deserved for Gabriel for that. That's such a stupid challenge. He's blindsided Jesus on that.
You know why I watched that game back? Man City made those challenges all game. I'm not kidding. They made those challenges all game. And he doesn't book them. Man City didn't get a yellow card until the 90 when Rodri scored. That was their first yellow card for his celebration. And then Bernardo Silva goes over and kicks the ball away, so he gets a yellow card. They didn't get any yellow card for their fouls. None. And they're the kings of professional fouls like this. Gabriel comes short, spins... Gabriel Jesus comes short, spins Gabriel, and runs in behind. And Gabriel's fallen for it, and he's fouled him. It's like, there are 7 players behind him, man. Gabriel Jesus is not getting the ball. What happened to managing the game? Call Gabriel over and say, okay, enough. One more and you're out. Referees used to do this. How the refereeing level was shit before. How is it worse? How is it worse? Gabriel committed one foul in the game. I would like to
point out.
One foul in the game. Gabriel committed one foul. Why does he have to get sent off?
Hey,
I'm sorry. It's not. It's
I'd like to. I'd like to point out that before we recorded, Tony said, it's been 2 days since the game. I don't know if I'll be able to get angry about it.
Yeah, man. We got him. We got him there.
We got him.
Hey, I'll point out too, you know what? City were not at their best this game. I would say they're definitely sluggish. Arsenal were the better team, and they still came out with that win. They didn't play their best football. You can totally say that they were dirty in a bit, but they won this game. This is a game title challengers win. And
that's bullshit. This is a game that referee won for City. I'm sorry.
Tony, what? Tony, don't stoop to Tommy's level on this. You know what he's doing? He's just trying to get you hot enough so that the temperature goes up a little bit outside, and he can go for his fucking bike.
He's feeling sorry for Chelsea being out of the title race. I just think I just think the referee decided to be important. And it's like a good refereeing performance is when we don't even realize you're there. There's so many incidents in this game that I'm like, how are you a ref? You're running. I've never seen a referee on the penalty spot when plays. I mean, I don't get it.
I've seen that back, Tony, and I've watched that a few times. You're right. He should not be in there.
It's
but
crazy.
That does not. Martinelli.
No. Martinelli
not,
should score.
He misses. He should score.
I've said this over and over. Martinelli should score. It's just highlights how lost this guy was. It's so weird. Like Frank Lampard never moved that far into the box. Never moved that far into the box. It looked like he was going for the rebound and then he stopped the ref. And yeah, oh boy, this
podcast is giving me joy. This is really like I'm so happy.
It's funny because we haven't even talked about the Ederson foul on Odegaard, which I thought was a pen.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
If you're giving the Bernardo one, you have to give that.
I was okay with him not giving the Odegaard foul because I'm like, okay, I can see why the refs missed it, and VAR doesn't need to intervene. Like, I thought it was a foul. I did, but it's like, okay, refs missed it. It's not very obvious. Whatever. VAR is only supposed to intervene if there's a clear and obvious error.
That's what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. So in the moment, I'm just like, it happens. Whatever. Just keep playing football. I don't want VAR to be the story of this game. And then later on, it's just like, I don't know. For such an obvious dive, they decide, maybe, have another look at that. It's nuts. Yeah, City were not, as you said, they were not at their best, weirdly. They rested their players for this game previously. I can't remember who they played in the round before, but yeah. I thought Arsenal were really good. And I think that's why I'm upset more than anything, because I thought they were really good for 60 minutes, and then the referee just ruined what could have been a great day for us. Aubameyang's absence has been transformational. It's ridiculous to say. He's our highest paid player and club captain, but since we've dropped him, we look like such a force going forward. And the whole team looks so cohesive. And there's always been this tension for me about the team's performances on Arteta's coaching. I really like Arteta, the coach, but previously I've just not seen it translated consistently enough in performances, even though I can see what he's trying to do. And I've been calling for this Aubameyang era to be over, and it really looks like it is. And there's some light at the end of the tunnel. We need another center forward. We need to get that right, that acquisition. But Lacazette's doing a fantastic job, all things considered. We still need an upgrade on that, someone who gets shots away. But it's really positive the way the team's looking right now. It's really positive, and can't wait to see. I'm feeling we might have a chance for top four. We need to get lucky. Thomas Partey is leaving after a 10 out of 10 performance in midfield against City. That's going to be a huge loss. But yeah, hopefully we can get someone in January, because we only have two midfielders right now.
You're clearly in a top four battle. Sitting fourth right now.
Another team that is in the top four battle, and loath as I am to move away from the delicious discussion on this Arsenal game. It's West Ham, and they managed to sneak out a win against Crystal Palace, 3-2.
Well, how about that Lanzini goal in this game?
Who does a shuffle while juggling the ball? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous technique. It was a brilliant goal from Lanzini. Crystal Palace, I don't know, they play so well, and yet their defending's really bad. They keep conceding. Lanzini's goal, okay, great goal, but I don't know. I'm still not convinced that West Ham will be in the top four come end of the season. I'm just not seeing enough lately.
it just doesn't look like they'll be able to sustain it.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be... I wouldn't be surprised if they finish sort of best of the rest, around 7th or something like that,
Yeah.
because they're genuinely doing well. I think they're between this, their Europa League commitments and cup games, and they're still in the League Cup as well, right? Or did they just get knocked out?
They may be in the. They may be the 4th team in there, right?
Yeah, in the semis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll confirm.
I fully stopped paying attention to the League Cup once United got knocked out by West Ham, but I know they knocked out City as well.
Yeah, they're out.
So
it's Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think the thing that hurts West Ham the most for me, they lost Zuma, right? And they lost who's the other center back? Ogbonna.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt them mostly in the long run defensively, not having that stability back there. But hey, they eked out a win 3-2. Crystal Palace almost got one. Mateta bicycle like in the 94th minute, just going wide. That would have been an epic comeback if they got that.
Mm-hmm.
But as we'll see later, Palace, another team that's going to be hit by AFCON.
Yeah, they're going to be missing Kouyaté, Schlupp, Zaha, and Jordan Ayew. So
yeah, big loss.
I can go on for days about how much I dislike Jordan Ayew.
I don't know why.
He does good things.
Just don't like him as a player.
He just can't score.
Yeah, no, he does. He does do good things.
Oh wait, did Jordan
Ayew
ever score against Man United? Is that what happened?
I honestly don't know if he has. Every time I watch him, I'm so frustrated by everything he does. Even when he does something right, I'm frustrated. Because then I'm like, why don't you do stuff right more often?
Yeah.
You have the ability to do this right. Why don't you do it right more often? I don't know. We'll move on. We'll move on from my irrational hate for this man.
He comes from a prestigious footballing family as well. Like his dad's a footballing legend in Ghana, and his brother is a terrific player.
They played together at Swansea, right? Yeah.
He's a Suarez penalty miss, Andre Ayew, right?
Oh boy, Suarez penalty.
I brought it up.
You guys are struggling.
I brought it up around.
I forgot to mention. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Apparently, Thomas Partey is French, ladies and gentlemen. Uzair, do you
I'd like to explain myself.
Okay.
I'd like to explain myself.
I'm waiting for
I
this.
confused him with Thomas Lemar because my brain can't handle two people named Thomas playing for the same team at the same time.
I'm sorry.
So when we were prepping for the...
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is that your defense?
That is my defense.
Okay.
It's not a good defense.
Guilty as charged.
It's a very
as charged. Let's move on.
I was gonna say it's a very Man United defense.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of Harry Maguire watching a ball slowly bounce past him.
Yeah.
But like Harry Maguire, it's what happened.
Oh boy.
I genuinely just confused two people named Thomas. And do I feel bad about it? A little bit. Feel worse about it now that it got brought up during the actual pod.
It honestly just sounds like something that you'd hear from me, but I'm glad it was you this time, is there?
So I look forward to seeing Thomas Lemar play for Ghana in the AFCON.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on.
Move on. Brighton picking up a win against Everton, 3-2. Dominic Calvert-Lewin finally back in the lineup, only to hit a penalty onto the bar.
More woe for Everton fans, eh? They got to be depressed where they are. They get their striker back, and what does he do? He misses a pen. But hey, Brighton, they were great this game.
They finally won a game that they should have won.
Yeah. Was it McAllister with making Kovacic a run for his money for goal of the week with the beautiful volley in the top corner.
Yeah.
Honestly, even his opening goal, I really enjoyed it because this is lovely ball cross in from the right. Mope just has this little cushioning header that puts it right into McAllister's path, and he can steer it past Pickford on the run. Just really nice goals all around from Brighton.
This made me remind myself, or about the second goal from McAllister. Any other keeper saves that? I forgot it was Pickford in his small hands.
It was not. It was not in the corner.
Little T-Rex arms.
It was not in the corner, but it's still a great strike. But I did feel he should be saving that. Shout out to Anthony Gordon. Is it Anthony Gordon? I think it is Anthony Gordon for his
it is.
his first goals for Everton. I think. Second goal was really nice.
He looked bright all game.
It was their only positive spark, to be honest. Everton, they're just having a lifeless season, really. They're not bad enough to be in a relegation battle, and they're not good enough to be anywhere else. So, yeah, that's looking like it's going to
That's sort of, they're going to be in that weird little dead zone between 10th and 15th.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to end in tears for Rafa, but who would have predicted that, eh? Yeah.
It started in tears and it's continued in tears, so it seems only fitting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, at least they have Dominic Calvert-Lewin back. Richarlison should be back soon, and then you have Gordon kind of stepping up. So at least they got some brightness there. I don't know. Doesn't look good. No.
I was joking there for the brightness coming late against Brighton, but we'll move on.
We'll move on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
We have next up. We have Tommy's greatest manager of all time, Steven Gerrard,
most
losing
promising
to Brentford.
upcoming manager.
You're sure. Add more caveats to it. They still lost to Brentford.
Oh God.
Honestly, this game,
Tommy, explain yourself.
You know what? I'm happy for Danny Ings because if you saw his goal, his reaction, he needed that goal so bad. And you could just see him release that all that tension he probably had built up.
Great play by Buendia, by the way, in the build up to that.
Yeah, the turn. Very nice. Yeah, all around. But the thing with this game is Villa wasted a lot of chances. I know Brentford's a team that they kind of never stop fighting on the pitch. They're always working hard, never giving up, that sort of thing. For me, this game is just Villa wasting their chances. I know Ings got a goal, but besides that, he still looks rusty and off. Hasn't found his best form in the final third. But yeah,
I think he picked up an injury, some muscle injury for a little bit. He was out for 3 or 4 weeks, and he's not quite come back the same yet.
No, that's true.
Systems changed as well. It's a more defensive system, so he has to do a lot more running in transition. He's a penalty box player, right? You don't really want to see Danny Ings outside of the box that often. But, you guys see Viza's goal? Like the first goal?
Oh, yeah, it was a great curling finish.
Yeah, great touch as well. Really happy for Brentford. They had a really rocky patch for a while, but they've picked up a couple of results lately that seems to be steering them in the right direction. So hopefully
it looks like they've settled down a little bit again after the David Raya injury.
Yeah.
It just took some time to get used to the backup goalie being in.
Yeah, steering well clear of that relegation zone, which is where what they need to do.
I always like to see at least one of the newly promoted teams do well in their first season. Stay clear of that fight, because it's never fun when all 3 of the teams just go straight back down.
Yeah,
I think it was this. Sorry, I think it was this game. Trezeguet came on for Villa, I believe. Did you see his dive?
Oh yes,
one of the best dives of the season.
Yeah,
the amount of arch he gets on his back.
I thought he broke his back.
His spine didn't snap in half. My God, that's commitment
the worst
to the craft.
I've seen. Yeah,
take notes, Bernardo.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. That's how the best do it.
That's the Ballon d'Or nominee right there.
Straight out of Ashley Young's, playbook. But yeah, we'll move on.
2011 to 2012, Ashley Young was a master of his craft.
Yep.
We'll move on to Leeds beating Burnley 3-1. And I've been saying to give Burnley time. But it's now 2022. There's snow on the ground, and I'm concerned about Burnley.
Mm-hmm. You've been saying winter's coming. Burnley will be fine. winter's here, and I'm
Look,
yeah.
winter's here, and Burnley are looking like season 8 of Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Underbaked.
There you go. And Cornet's leaving, right? Or
Cornet's leaving for AFCON. No one else. He's got twice as many goals as their next highest scorer, which is probably Chris Wood. It's just not. They look like in serious trouble.
Yeah, I think a really nice free kick, by the way. Although I felt
fantastic free kick.
Felt Melia should save that. His footwork was pretty poor, but yeah, a really important win for Leeds. They've got a little bit of daylight between, well, quite a bit of daylight between themselves and Burnley. Even though Burnley have a couple games in hand, they played really well throughout, and I don't know. It's really starting to look like there are 4 teams trying to stay out of those, bottom 3 spots, and Burnley are really firmly in the mix. They need to find a result somewhere.
The one advantage they have on Watford right now is that they do have a game in hand on them. But at this point, would you bet on them winning that game in hand and climbing above Watford?
As we're learning, points in hand is more important than a game in hand, and Watford are ahead. There's no guarantee that Burnley win their game in hand.
I think it's against Spurs, isn't it? That one that got postponed.
Yeah, it is.
So
true.
Yeah,
that's a tough. They need Chris Wood to get back to that form that he was in. Or was it earlier in the season? Maybe it was last season. He's just been completely
this season,
last season. He's just been completely off. And if there's one guy that they really need, it's definitely their top striker. But yeah, those 4 teams, like you said, guys.
You say he's been off, but they're also not creating that many chances. Like everything they do, like we said, all the goals have been Cornet, and they've been phenomenal goals as well. They've not been like, you can't expect to score those kind of goals every week. You can't expect to like bend in a 35-yard free kick or score a volley from a tight angle. You have to create those high quality chances if you actually want. Like, I don't think Chris Wood's lack of form is on Chris Wood. I think they're not creating any chances for him.
Well, the thing with Burnley is this, dude. They're not a team that's going to create a whole bunch of chances every game.
But they're not creating the chances that they were.
No, I mean that's fair for sure.
I'm going to be honest. I just don't think they're as good as the other teams. Honestly, I feel like it's Watford. They need to finish ahead of Watford, Newcastle, and Norwich. That's it. Would you say they're better than Leeds? I don't think so. They're not better than Everton.
Not. No.
Maybe Southampton, but even then, I don't think they're better than Southampton.
Pick up points.
Yeah,
though. Southampton have done a good job of like picking up a win here and there.
Yeah, like look at that Burnley squad. For a really long time, the common consensus was that Sean Dyche was getting that team to really overperform in terms of the quality of player that they have. Maxwell Cornet was supposed to come in and enhance that, and he's done his bit, I think. But I think they're struggling with the elevated quality of the league. I think it's a really strong league this year, and if you're not up to it, you're losing points. So am I looking at that right? 1 win all season?
Yeah.
Good God. 1 win all season. Wow. Yeah. It's probably against like Norwich or something as well. It's looking grim. I mean, they don't score enough goals.
They really don't. And we'll move on to another relegation candidate. Watford losing 1-0 to Spurs. A late Davinson Sanchez header. Phenomenal cross from Son off a free kick to set that up.
I think the keeper should do better.
I don't know. That's just like looking at that Son ball. I think that's the perfect cross for that situation. In that case, you're just the moment Davinson Sanchez has the beating of his man, I think the keeper's in trouble. Like, I don't know if there's much he can do.
I 100% agree with you. I think the keeper should be in a more authoritative position. He's on his line. It's right. It's like 3 yards out. If I'm a defender in that situation, I want my keeper to punch that. I don't know. I feel like he takes.
I don't know with the pace that Son put on that ball, it's one of those that the keeper probably doesn't feel comfortable coming out for when it has that much whip on it.
Oh no,
because it's the slightest touch is just going to take it past him, and that's what Sanchez got.
I agree about him not being able to save it once the ball came in, but that's because his starting position was so deep. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. The issues with the starting position. Okay, that.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if he's worried because that free kick from Son is not that far from a shooting angle. I wonder if he's worried about his back post and maybe Son
would you
going
say,
for goal.
Tony? Would you say that Bachmann started a little too far back, man?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but you know.
I think that's where we end the game analysis.
That is my high quality analysis of that goal.
This is why you tune in for 442, ladies and gentlemen. But I think that is the end this game deserves. Let's move on.
I'm very pleased with that. You're lucky we didn't do an episode around Christmas. Otherwise, I would have had so many Christmas related puns.
Mm-hmm.
Bukayo Saka presents. Oh my god, they're everywhere.
Oh, can't believe I missed that. Wow.
You ran off to Mexico.
Okay.
Fled from my puns.
Please, let's move on. Actually, I think.
We're gonna mention about Watford's reluctance to. Actually, Tony, you were mentioning it.
You were the right track, and then you forgot it. It's fine.
I forgot the player.
Yeah.
It was Thomas Lemar.
Oh my god! I thought you were being serious. I thought you were being serious.
No.
Okay. Yeah. No. Ismail Assar and Dennis for Nigeria, and is Ismail Assar Senegalese? Senegalese. Yeah,
he's Senegalese.
Yeah, they've been kept against their will, basically. Both players want to go and represent their country because why wouldn't you? And Watford are just flat out refusing to let them go. So, yeah.
The thing is, they're still letting. I haven't seen anything about them stopping Trusticong joining Nigeria. They also have Imran Loza from Morocco, and I haven't heard anything about them stopping him either.
I mean,
but Trusticong and Imran Loza aren't critical to the way Watford play and Watford's relegation chances, and I don't like it. It's dicey.
So here's what about Dennis is. I saw that Nigeria missed the deadline to call him up. I guess they had a deadline to call him up.
No, he was announced in their initial squad.
I don't know where you saw that. Trusticong is Nigerian, Tommy. So
no, I mean I'm talking about the Dennis being. You guys were saying Watford blocking him. What I'm getting, that's with
I know, but it's not true though. That's the point.
Not true
because the squad was announced and Ekong was called up, right? Dennis was called up as well. So yeah, I mean, did they also miss the deadline for Sarr? Just conveniently missed the deadline for Watford's best players. Is that, it's.
Look, we don't know how their fax machines work.
Yeah, that's that's true.
Yeah, it's ugly, to be honest, because the African Cup of Nations doesn't get. The placement of the African Cup of Nations is two things. One, they consider the summers to be quite harsh in a lot of the African countries, which I think is a bit of a cop-out, but because, I mean, we've had summers in really tropical, World Cups in really tropical countries, and that doesn't seem to be a problem. They've moved the African Cup of Nations to the summer before, but then they moved it back. There's always been that tug of war between CAF and FIFA, but you sign African players with the knowledge that in January you're gonna be without them. Strong chance. So you can't then complain when January comes around and you're without them. That's ridiculous. Like, why should Mohamed Salah not go and represent Egypt, or Ismail Sarr not go and represent Senegal, or Sadio Mane, or Thomas Partey, or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or like, I don't know. It's a bit of
I think it's absolutely disrespectful on Watford's end, not to let these two players go, especially when they're letting other players go as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not the only it. Yeah, it sucks for you that you're losing Sarr and you're losing. Fuck me, why am I blanking? Dennis. But the Sarr, other clubs are losing players too.
The thing with the Sarr thing is it's a bit different, right? Because he's injured right now. He's not even playing.
No, but he's not. Well, he's saying he's not. But they are. So Sarr picked up an injury, last month, right? And he supposedly, recovery time at this moment, he's supposedly fit, but he hasn't been playing. So Watford the Senegalese FA are they feel he's fit, and they want to do their own assessment, and Watford are not allowing that to happen, basically, right? So I don't know. It's a really bad look for me, because what's going to happen when Sarr turns up next week and is fit to play?
The thing is, you're just going to drive a wedge. The club is just going to drive a wedge between themselves and two of their best players by doing this, if they want to go and represent their countries at the AFCON and they're being blocked from doing so. Like, I think, sure, short term you might keep them for a month at the club. It might not even be a full month, depending on how far the teams will go into the tournament. But long term, what about the 3 months after that? You're going to have these star players on your team who are not happy to be there.
So I'm gonna look at it from the side of the club. You've seen what happened to Naby Keita. He got rushed back from injury, played. Naby Keita is from Senegal. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Oh boy, we're struggling today.
I am struggling. Yeah.
He is Guinean.
He's from Guinea.
He's not Senegalese, Toni.
Okay. But he was rushed back, played, injured again, missed out against Liverpool. Honestly, from a club perspective, I'm not saying it's right, but they're looking at Sarr like, this guy's going to be rushed back from injury. He's going to play. Potential he gets injured again, re-aggravates, and then he's gone.
What about Emmanuel Dennis, though?
Yeah, I mean, this is a different.
What's the excuse for that then?
Hey, what I'm seeing is there's a different situation with Dennis. They probably just thought, I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm just looking at it from the injury point from Sarr. You have a guy who is currently injured, getting back to fitness, who's not at full fitness, who's probably going to play in the tournament at some point, and has a chance for re-aggravating his injury and then potentially losing games when he comes back. That's how I'm looking at it from the club.
This is all... There is that argument that can be made, but if this was Wayne Rooney being called up by England, nobody, you can complain, but you don't stop him from going, right? I've seen several times, European players, Ronaldo's gone, Messi's gone when he's injured, Rooney's gone when he's injured. So many players, they go and play for their country because it's like a national pride to play for your country at the African Cup of Nations. And I just think teams feel we pay our clubs all this money, so we play our players all this money, so we have the right to dictate what they can do, and they really don't. Ismail Sarr has declared himself fit to play, and the Senegalese FA want to do their own assessment. Don't treat this any differently than you would with other players. That's my opinion. I think Watford are being irresponsible, and I think Sarr will go eventually. I think Dennis will go for sure. Sar, well, we'll just see how that situation plays out. But there are other teams, I guess, who are going to be affected by this, by the Africa Cup of Nations. Notably, two of the teams that faced off against each other this week, Chelsea and Liverpool. How do you think Chelsea are going to cope, Tommy? With
Kepa's back in net, baby.
I'm excited to see him back because you know what?
You talked about Pickford and his small arms. Oh baby,
he's actually
just
been
you wait. All shots on target
decent.
are on now for Kepa.
No, not more than I'm giving not giving justice. He's been good in every game he's had to play this season.
Well, that's
Kepa.
That's Kepa fucked. Well done,
so
Tommy.
Mendy has been fantastic, but I think we have a capable keeper to come in, and
you think Kepa
Mendy's our only player missing because I don't think Ziyech is going to AFCON.
He's I wouldn't say Kepa is capable. He's more capable.
Yeah. That's that's a bit better than the last one you had.
I'm trying. Look. You keep shooting, you'll eventually score.
Why is Ziyech not going to AFCON?
And you'll especially score against
Ziyech fell out with his the manager of Morocco. Something about faking an injury and then not turning up for training late or something like that. And he hasn't played for Morocco since like the summer, so September, something like that. So he's not going. So nice that we get to keep him. But Liverpool, on the other hand, they are going to be hit probably the hardest of all teams, right? I think we can all agree.
Other than
losing
Watford,
two of their starting front three.
Yeah, Mane and Salah. I mean, honestly,
and Keita
not Keita as well too. Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Tommy.
No, I was just gonna say, losing those, especially Mane and Salah. I mean, this just helps City even more because you'd think Liverpool probably the next title challenger or the one team that could maybe, stop City this season, and them losing, two of their best players for a month.
Are you ahead of Liverpool?
Yeah, but I'm not counting us, man. Yeah. We're in a bit of a funk going on here, and then you have Lukaku being an idiot and making all this even more noise around the club. Don't forget we lost Reece.
Sad Tommy so much.
We lost Reece James. He had a hamstring tear.
Your best attacking outlet.
Our best, and don't forget Chilwell.
They lost Ben Chilwell as well.
Yeah.
Where are they going to get goals from now?
That's exactly. A huge loss.
And I'm seeing now that Chalobah also picked up an injury. Christensen picked up an injury.
Probably
it's a rough time.
Tommy, none of these players are involved in AFCON.
I know, but I'm just kind of
yeah,
you're right. I just want to give my woes.
You've gone off on a
Woes,
tangent.
please. But okay, so Liverpool have been affected. What other teams do we have here that's going to be
City are only losing Riyad Mahrez, but they can cover him pretty well. In the top four race, West Ham, they're a bit on the outside looking in, but they're losing side Benrahma. Again, it's a player I think they can cover quite well, especially with Lanzini being in the form that he's in right now.
Yeah.
Man United don't lose any starters.
It's just
Bailly and Ahmad.
Are losing Thomas
Arsenal
Partey.
lose
Thomas Partey.
As we've established, Thomas Partey.
Ghanaian, not French.
Are they losing anyone else?
We are losing.
I've learned, Tony. You're losing El Neni as well, right?
We've lost Aubameyang.
And Pepe as well, right?
Aubameyang was lost many months ago.
Yeah. So losing Pepe, it affects our depth, but okay. The reason the El Neni and Partey losses are significant because we are now down to two central midfielders. And if any of them go down, we are fucked because we have no one else.
Oh, this is ripe for a Xhaka red card, isn't it? Like something incredibly stupid will happen. He'll get himself sent off.
Yeah, or pick up a yellow and get suspended. But I
can feel it in my bones.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles is trying to force a move to Roma. We need a body in there. there's talk of us trying to push forward one of our.
Hey, we have Tony. We have Danny Drinkwater still on our books. If you guys want to loan, I'm sure we can work that out. A midfielder.
He's on your books, but as a retirement package, I'm pretty sure Danny Drinkwater is done. The man hasn't kicked the ball since what 2000 and when did Leicester win the league? 2016, so maybe 2017. It's not kicked the ball since. Yeah,
it's been rough. You know who else? Another team that's probably gonna be hit pretty hard is Palace, because they're losing Jordan Ayew, they're losing Kouyaté, Jeffrey Schlupp, and Zaha. That's a good chunk of their starting 11.
Yeah, are they losing? It's funny enough. Is Olise? Is he declared for Nigeria? I should know this.
You are our Nigerian football expert, so I'm gonna defer to you on that one.
Let me see. It's probably.
After my Lamar and Partey mix up, I'm afraid to say anything.
Yeah,
he represents France. Wow.
Yeah.
So he's English, Nigerian, and French. Interesting. Anyway,
he's playing his cards, man. He's playing his cards, Tony, to see which one's gonna work out best.
He's not gonna play for France. Well, you never know. You never know. No, actually, I do know. He's not gonna play for France. But, yeah.
Did we mention Leicester?
Oh yeah, indeed.
They're hit quite hard as well.
Yeah.
No Ndidi, no Amati, no Nampalys Mendy called up for Senegal.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. But
I think for them, I was gonna say Ian Nacho is probably
he's the biggest
one of the biggest. Yeah.
Well, Ndidi as well.
Would you say he's a bigger loss than Ndidi? They have more. I think they have more depth to cover Ian Nacho than they do Ndidi.
Yeah, especially because Ndidi's cover.
Especially because their depth for Ndidi is also leaving.
I think I'm just looking. I'm looking at Leicester and I'm seeing that Vardy's injured. And who's the other striker they signed?
Patson Daka.
Yeah, I believe he's injured as well. So they don't really have any. But then they can always just play like Madison false nine or maybe change it up a system. So yeah, I guess the NDD one is definitely a harder hit.
I'm guessing Zambia didn't qualify for AFCON because Daka would have gone. But
wasn't there another big team that didn't qualify? I'm trying to think. There was like two big teams in one group and only one could go through, but I forget which team it was now.
Oh, was it? No, it can't be Cameroon. I think they're hosting. I can't remember. I'll look up.
Yeah. But out of everyone else,
gentlemen,
I think that's everything, right?
Gentlemen, do we want to throw out a quick prediction of who we're backing for AFCON?
Oh yeah. I'm going to go with we're going to send some happiness to Tony, and Nigeria's just going to come out with the win. I'm back in Nigeria.
I had absolutely zoned out. I thought we were doing predictions for my United Wolves. Honestly.
Oh, we can do that too. Yeah. But we'll decide to throw in a little AFCON prediction. Who are you backing for this? You think Nigeria are going to go all the way?
No. I would love for Nigeria to go all the way. I just think their squad is lacking some elite firepower up front. So, no. If Alex Iwobi is in our front 3 or 4, then we're struggling. Senegal or Algeria? Who am I backing?
Algeria won last time round, yeah?
Yeah, I think they beat Senegal in the final. I'm going to go Senegal this time. I think Senegal will win. I don't see South Africa, by the way, Tommy, so maybe that's who you were thinking of.
Yeah, I think that was them, yeah.
I'm gonna, because I think I owe it to Thomas Partey at this point, I'm gonna back Ghana.
Oh, is it? Wait, is it?
It's truly because I feel bad about the Thomas Partey thing.
So not about Jordan Ayew? You don't feel bad about that?
No. I don't feel bad about the Jordan Ayew stuff, okay. But I do hope he wins.
All right, we'll keep an eye out on that. See how that goes. I
guess now we can throw in that prediction for the United game.
Yeah. There's still Man United versus Wolves to go today in like 3 hours. But do we want to toss a quick prediction out for that, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm going 1-0 to United, late Ronaldo winner.
All right, that's us fucked then. Tony.
1-0 Wolves. I was gonna say 1-1, and but I'm trying not to do that. So I'm gonna go 1-0 Wolves. I think United struggle to break Wolves down, and yeah, Raul Jimenez finds a goal from somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds about right for this matchup. Always one of the worst games to watch in the Premier League season because both teams just don't know how to figure the other one out. I am going to take the middle ground and go 1-1. Jimenez and Ronaldo to swap goals, and I'm going to hate every second of it.
There's a lot of faith in Ronaldo from us. He's not having a great. He's not had a great month or so. But
yeah, but have United had a great month?
He finds the net, though.
Does he? I mean, he scored last time, but anyway. Yeah.
All right, watch this be a high-scoring game now. Ronaldo gets a hat trick, just in spite of all of us.
No chance.
Yeah, no, I don't see
it. United versus Wolves is never a high-scoring game.
No one versus Wolves is a high-scoring game. They just don't let it happen.
Yeah, they concede less than a goal a game, and they score less than a goal a game.
Perfectly mid-table.
You're lucky if you watch Wolves and it's not a 0-0.
Well, it has to happen sometime. Just like City has to lose sometime, right? They just can't keep winning every game. So we'll see.
They got their loss out of the way against Palace
and Tottenham.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's felt like a really long season already. It's only three months, maybe 4. Anyway, we are waffling. We should.
Speaking of long seasons, we're at the risk of this becoming a very long podcast, so we should wrap things up.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all that's left to say is please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 44Took and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Ooh, I enjoyed our kind of kickoff for Tales from Tyndall. We kicked things off with an interview with Mike Smith. If you haven't had a chance, do take a look. Well, do give it a listen because it's Mike's always.
You could take a look as well. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, Uzair's wonderful art. Yeah, no, but Mike's always had great stories, and this is something that we're looking to develop in the coming weeks and months. So be on the lookout for that. All right, I'll shut up, Uzair. You can take it over.
No, that was something I should have been doing, but well, good promotion. Thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Pleasure as always, guys.
Are you still going to go on that hike?
We'll see.
That's what I thought. And thank you for joining me, Tony.
As always, enjoyed the chat, boys.
I can only apologize to Thomas Partey. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.